Welcome back to the Canny Gardener. We managed to grab Tony Milne for a couple of minutes in the warehouse today to talk about the packaging of our 150 and 60 tray plug plants. Enjoy the video.
Hello, welcome to the Canny Gardener. We thought we'd take a moment just to let people know what to expect when they receive a delivery of our plants. Here we have a couple of typical trays. This is the size of tray and package that we use for typically our 60 plants in a medium-sized plug. This is the size of tray that we typically use for small plugs, or indeed for some of our jumbo plants as well. Now, what we thought people would be interested to know is just to simply run through some of the features that are on the plants before we get to potting up. In particular, we spent an awful lot of time looking at the label and the information that we give you when the plants are delivered. So obviously, you get name and address details, but what you get from us that you don't get from anybody else really is you get a listing of the products that you've ordered in total. The first line of that list is the item that is included in this box. So in this case it's a 60 medium gazania sunset shades, a quantity of 1, and it says in this delivery. You can confirm that they are gazanias because there's an extra label at the end saying gazania sunset shades, so that you never lose track of what variety you got in which tray. Beyond that, you get a list of all of the other items that you've ordered. So, and not only what you've ordered, but also the estimated delivery week. So in this instance, the second item is Water Magic, 500 grams. All of our sundries, non-plant products, are delivered within 14 days. So we don't put a week delivery in that. It should simply be within 14 days of delivery, 14 days of ordering. The next item is 12 Jumbo Marguerites collection in this instance. There's 1 ordered, and that will be delivered in week commencing the 6th of May. Then 40 large begonia tumbling mix, 1 of, and that'll be delivered on week commencing the 27th of May, and so on. If you've actually ordered more items than we can fit on the label, then we do say please refer to your order acknowledgement for details of delivery dates. If you're still concerned, please do give us a call and we can tell you exactly what delivery weeks your plants should be coming in. Beyond that, on the label, we also have a little space for a special offer. We put plants and some sundries on this. In this instance, we were doing a special offer on Water Magic that week, which was $9.99 and then $7.99. If you wanted to take advantage of that, simply phone up the call center and we can let you have that at the discounted price. In addition, we've also included a growing guide. Now, the space on the label wasn't sufficient to allow us to put it on the front, so you simply peel the sticker off, and the growing guide and whatnot else is on the reverse of the labels. It'll actually stick back down again, so you can keep track of the thing as well. Anyway, it's on the reverse, easy to use, easy instructions, and that typically is what you get on the other box tray as well. Slightly more space, but it's the same thing, and you can peel off the label and there are instructions on the reverse. That is the way that type of box comes. We strap the lids to the bases of the tray so that they're nice and secure. You simply use a pair of scissors or a knife and the strap will split off. In this instance, the lid is larger than the base, as it is in many instances, and the tray sits inside. That is simply an extra piece of polystyrene to hold the plants in place so that they don't get jostled out in transit. And that is a typical 150 tray of begonias. Again, you'll know exactly what you've got because the variety and the type of plant is printed on the end. So, beyond that, the next step is, as soon as you receive your plants, the trick is to water them, make sure that they stay in a nice frost-free environment, and then get on as quickly as possible with potting them on. Now, potting them on is a relatively straightforward process. As you can see, I think the plants look very good. They come direct from our nursery down on the south coast, and the quality control measures are very precise to try and make sure what is delivered to you is very high quality. Now, potting them on, the trickiest thing that people seem to have difficulty with is actually getting them out of the cells. You can use a stainless steel widger such as this. You can use your finger, or I have discovered, interesting enough, a shirt collar stay works particularly well, so I've brought one with me today. And the trick here is you either variously poke them out from the bottom, or sometimes they simply lift out relatively easily. In all instances, try and pull the plugs out by their leaves. Don't try and pull them out by the stems. The temptation is with the bigger plants is to start pulling them out by the stems. It's always better to break a leaf than it is to squash a stem. So, having pulled the plant out, the smallest plugs, these tiny 150 tray plugs, the best thing to do is to get them into a 6 centimeter pot. Use a good multi-purpose compost, and simply use your finger. It's a bit messy, but drop them in, pinch them down in, try and get them in the middle of the pot, and you can get a bit of a production line going. My compost is a little bit dry here, but we'll fix that by watering them up. There you go, simply pinch them in, and they're away. And off you go. There are quite a few here. As I say, my compost is a little bit on the dry side. Should be a bit damper than this. And fairly soon you'll have an entire tray full here. Now, I brought this along with me because there's a tray of geraniums that I did about 10 days ago. They were the same sort of plug size as that. I've had them in an unheated greenhouse, and they've come through. They had a few yellow leaves, a little bit of mechanical damage in transit, but as you can see, every single one of the 40 plants has come through, and that's been done in an unheated greenhouse. Now, I'll leave them in these pots, these little 6 centimeter pots, until I start to see roots coming out the bottom. And then in an ideal world, I'll probably pot them on into a 9 centimeter pot, which is the next size up. Again, until roots start coming out the bottom of those, and then they're ready to pot out.